ensure the focus remains on the AI Summit's key priorities. Mr. Gates will not be delivering his keynote address. The Gates Foundation will be represented by Ankur Vora, who is the president of the Africa and India offices, who will speak later today at the summit. The Gates Foundation remains fully committed to our work in India to advance our shared health and development goals. So this is what the entire statement is, which has come in from the Gates Foundation. Aishwarya, that also does sort of give an underlying implication of the fact that the Bill Gates Foundation, yes, definitely, they don't want the attention of viewers or rather visitors at the particular summit itself to turn towards something else. But it also does, give an underlying impression of the fact that it is maybe the Epstein controversy itself that's being referred to here when one's saying that the other factors don't come into, one may say, overshadow Bill Gates' presence at the AI summit, because he would otherwise have been there as a speaker or an inspirational figure or a tech giant in the AI summit. But right now, his involvement in the entire Epstein files sort of overshadows that over his particular contributions in the industry in itself.
Well, definitely, that is something that the government also was very keenly looking at, because the idea is to tell the world the kind of strides that India has been making. And that's the reason why, after we saw what happened in Paris, the last AI summit was in Paris in 2025, and the government was actually working on this AI summit here in our country. We have seen how delegations from more than 60 countries have come. We have, more than 70,000 people participating in it. So the scope is huge with regards to what's happening here, and we will see those crucial conversations happening with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And we have also seen how France and India also over the past few days have made sure that they march together, because they are understanding that the future is AI, and that is something that everyone now needs to be speaking about. And we have seen how AI has been making our lives so much easier, not just in defense but also in healthcare and also in other aspects of our life. So those are some of the things, the kind of talks that we have seen happening between India and the other nations. So the focus has to be on the kind of development that we all hope to see, not just in India but across the world. And that's the reason why India, not just now, if you remember Sriya, Prime Minister Modi, wherever he's spoken about the fact that technology is our friend. It is here to assist us, it is not here to replace us. And B, we also need to be extremely aware of the kind of pitholes, the kind of loopholes that exist, especially when we speak about AI, because we all have seen those kind of images coming out, videos coming out, the kind of fake news also, which is often being peddled. So those are some of the things that not just India but different countries are also very keenly looking at, and that is the focus of the AI summit, to make sure that the focus does not shift. This is a decision that has now been taken by Bill Gates. He will be keeping himself away from the AI summit, but Microsoft, the huge player that it is, and a huge stakeholder when we speak about the tech world. So that's the reason why we will see Microsoft participating. But when we speak about Bill Gates has now taken a decision that he will be staying away from the AI summit. The focus has to be on AI, the future of AI, and how we all need to now make sure that it safeguards us, we remain safe, but also use technology to assist us. Sriya.
Right, Aishwarya. Aishwarya, do stay with us. We have more breaking news coming in on this very story itself as we speak. Bill Gates pull out after apparent government snub. The government sources made intentions clear earlier. Bill Gates decides not to give the keynote address. Gates' name not in official speakers list now. Photo sessions with Bill Gates unlikely now. This is what we are in fact given to understand. This is from government sources that we're learning. Remember, earlier he was supposed to be in fact providing the keynote address in a session that was focused on artificial intelligence's role in accelerating sustainable development goals. And of course, while Microsoft will be still representing itself, the company will be representing itself in the AI summit through their president's presence, the Bill Gates Foundation shall be represented by their president of the Africa-India operations, which is Ankur Vora. Bill Gates himself will no longer be a part of this very AI Impact Summit. And now this comes in as quite a crucial news point now, viewers, that it is a probability, or rather the government sources have come out to suggest that it is them who have probably shown the door to Bill Gates at this point. They made their intentions clear that here at the Impact Summit, no other story makes a headline. There is only one and one focus, that is artificial intelligence and India's role, India's artificial intelligence prowess at this point. Aishwarya Paliwal continuing with me on the broadcast. Aishwarya, this is what we are learning. You know, we have been going back and forth on whether the government has responded so far, while the government officially has not. This is what we are learning from our sources so far, that the government of India had made its intentions very clear about how this summit should not be about anything else but artificial intelligence, which is why no photo op is now likely with Bill Gates. There's no participation from Bill Gates, the figure himself, the personality himself, but the foundation will be represented, and so will the company Microsoft at the summit.
Well, definitely, you know, we will see Microsoft here. We will see people from there speaking about it, but the focus has to be on what the AI summit actually is all about. And the reason why India is hosting it, because India understands, the government understands that there is a huge need to make sure that A, there are safeguards, and B, we do make strides, because we have seen how, in every aspect of our lives, Riya, the use of AI, we are seeing how it has become we are seeing AI being used in everyday life. So that is something that the government understands very clearly, and that has to be the focus, because in every conversation that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has had with the heads of the states, with the CEOs, and there is also a crucial roundtable with the CEOs that will happen today at about 5:30 p.m. So in that, we will see a kind of framework that India has been pushing. And even as we are speaking, Sriya, at least over the past 1 year, government diligently has been following up and has been having a conversation with close to 35 countries. So these countries are now looking at coming together and pushing for a legal framework, a global framework, something which will safeguard people from the pitholes, the loopholes, and the dangers of AI and the dangers of technology. So the government, very, very clear, that is something that should be the focus, and that's the reason that we are now seeing this decision being taken. The government and the Bill Gates and his team, in fact, they were having a conversation at least over the past 48 hours with regards to what needs to be done. And now an official statement coming in from the Bill Gates team, very, very clearly, he will not be coming here, he will not be participating, but Microsoft, given the huge player it is, given the huge stakeholder that it is, and a company that actually understands, the way forward, that's the reason why we are seeing a big tick mark against the company. But yes, at the moment, it is Bill Gates who's now decided that he will not be participating in the AI summit. The focus and the focal point of the AI summit is to make sure that the world understands where India stands, the kind of technology that India has, all those things very keenly being looked at by the government. The government is also hoping that, in months to come, we will see at least a rough framework of sorts coming out, more than 35 countries in alignment with what India at the moment is thinking. So that is also something that we will see happening in due course. Government has been pushing for it because other countries are also understanding the loopholes, the dangers of AI. So safeguarding people, safeguarding data, that is also something that the world at the moment is very keenly looking at. And that's the reason why we are seeing so many conversations happening. If we speak about France and India, we have seen how both the countries are understanding that there is a need to march forward, use technology, but do not get used by technology. That is also something that has been the focus point in a lot of conversations that have been happening, not just in India, but across the world. So to keep the focus on what the AI summit is all about, to make sure that people also understand that you need to use technology, you also need to safeguard yourself, all those are the things that we will see happening through the course of the day. Today is, it's a packed day today. Prime Minister Modi's focus has been technology. In fact, let me tell you, he also has been speaking with a lot of ministers and telling them, how you need to use technology. But in most of the conversations that he has had with the bureaucrats and with the world leaders, he's often brought this point out that we all need to safeguard the citizens as nations. We all need to make sure that technology does not use us. So those are the kind of things that we will see happening, and to keep the focus very firmly on what the world at the moment is looking at and how India is now looking at making sure that in decades to come, it becomes the powerhouse, it becomes the superpower when we speak about AI. So the focus firmly to remain on these things, and that's the reason why we are seeing this crucial decision being taken. Bill Gates will not be coming at the AI summit here at Bharat Mandapa. Shriya.
Right, Aishwarya. But one thing is very clear at this point, that Bill Gates is, just to tell our viewers, Bill Gates is in India. And he is already visiting because he has a couple of meetings that's been scheduled between him. Because as we were mentioning, Bill Gates Foundation has been very strongly associated with India when it comes to developmental goals and projects that they've been working on together. Aishwarya, I'll come back to you. There's more breaking news that's coming in. It is 9:16 on the clock. And let's quickly take a look as to what more we're learning from the AI summit at this point. As we were mentioning, it's 9:16 a.m. on the clock, and shortly Prime Minister Modi is to be inaugurating the AI India Summit. AI power on full display at the Bharat Mandapam. The world watches India's AI stride. 10:25 a.m. is when Prime Minister Modi is scheduled to address at the AI Summit. While inaugurating it, world leaders, tech giants are all in attendance. Aishwarya, you are right now at the Bharat Mandapam, the center of all activities that's been taking place for the last 3 days. Today is the 4th day of that very summit. And what makes it even more special is the fact that, or rather, what makes it even more crucial is the fact that we will be taking a look at all the world leaders and the Prime Minister himself, in fact, leading them into that very visit at the Bharat Mandapam at the AI Impact Summit. And viewers, let's tell you one thing. The theme this time is welfare of people and happiness of people at the same time. That is what we are looking at in terms. So basically, social welfare being the crux, the theme of this very AI Impact Summit. And, you know, we have looked at artificial intelligence summits that have taken place worldwide, the last one being in Paris. But now we're taking a look at the Impact Summit, which basically says we have taken a look at the ideation, we have been looking at the execution, but what is it and how is it that that artificial intelligence in itself is impacting the world? And that is where India is, because remember, we are the population that we are one of the biggest and one of the highest in numbers to be providing AI companies, new startups, new unicorns emerging within the country. And the Prime Minister has always been one to walk the talk when it comes to technology, when it comes to artificial intelligence. He has always been given a big push to that very sector. And yes, that is why we look at an AI Impact Summit being so crucial, and the world has its eyes hooked on it. India's moment, in fact, to position itself as the Vishwaguru in artificial intelligence is now, and it has come. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be today inaugurating the India AI Impact Summit at the Bharat Mandapam in Delhi on the 4th day of the event. He will be addressing the session, and so will the French President Emmanuel Macron, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, other world leaders and leading industry figures. At noon, the Prime Minister is scheduled to interact with global leaders, attending the very summit before wrapping up the day with a high-level CEO roundtable at 5:30 p.m. India AI Impact Summit is built around the theme Sarvajan Hite, Sarvajan Sukhe. That is what we were in fact telling you earlier, meaning welfare for all and happiness of all. The summit, remember, is structured around what is being described as the 7 chakras of India's AI vision. On Wednesday, Prime Minister Modi met with tech giants and global leaders. In his interaction with Prime Minister Modi, Google CEO Sundar Pichai in fact discussed how his firm is supporting his AI mission, calling India's trajectory extraordinary.
For traveling from Delhi to welcome myself and my delegation here in Mumbai and being present for this session. Our discussion today, your presence here, means a lot and speaks to the long-standing friendship between our two countries and our personal friendship. Thank you very much for that. Mumbai, the city of dreams, a city in perpetual motion, reaching toward the future. I cannot think a better place to launch what we are inaugurating today, the India-France Year of Innovation. But before I talk about the future, let me start with a fact about the present, not to be underestimated. The CEO of Alphabet is Indian. The CEO of Microsoft is Indian. The CEO of IBM is Indian. The CEO of Adobe is Indian. The CEO of Palo Alto Networks is Indian. The CEO of Novartis is Indian. And the CEO of Chanel, one of the most iconic houses in France is Linaner from Kolhapur, right here in this state. So, and if I would add to that, 3 months ago, Mathieu Blasi, Chanel's new creative director, chose a young woman from Hyderabad, Bhavita Mandava, to open his show in New York. And she was the first Indian model ever to open a Channel runway. She was discovered on the subway platform, and she walked into a subway station in front of the world. So India does not just participate to global innovation. India leads it, from Silicon Valley to the Champs-Élysées, and from technology to culture. And that, dear Narendra, dear Prime Minister, is what this year of innovation celebrates. Not a promise, but a reality.
If you're doing something in India, you're doing something in a place where people are hungry, excited, they're positive to use it, to get the benefits of it. So again, it's why people are coming here. I think those are 3 pretty critical ingredients. And the last thing I'd say is, and having spent time with many Indian entrepreneurs over the course of today, you can just see the energy in the ecosystem here, and you know it, whether you see it. What's happening here on the startup ecosystem, the venture ecosystem, is extraordinary. And if you might be sitting in Silicon Valley, sure, of course that's an exceptional place. But then you start looking at, well, who else is producing the most unicorns in the world? Who is putting the most investment into AI consumer applications? The answer is here.
We are announcing the India-America Connect initiative, which will deliver new subsea cable routes to increase AI connectivity between the US, India, and multiple locations across the Southern Hemisphere. To take advantage of the opportunities this infrastructure creates, we must also invest in people and skilling, which is why we are announcing some of our most ambitious skilling programs yet. This includes a new Google AI professional certificate program to help people master AI in their work. In India, we are partnering with Vadvani AI to reach students and early career professionals. Globally, we'll partner with governments, educational institutions, employers, and nonprofits. It'll be available in English and Hindi, with more Indian languages to follow.
Way India is working with the digital inclusion, how you work on the digital ecosystem to build companies and to build talent. And of course, for Norway, it is a top priority to make sure that artificial intelligence benefits everyone, every society, every country. And I'm happy that both Norway and India share this democratic approach to AI and the need for both global standards and global agreements on artificial intelligence to make sure that the technology benefits everyone.
And with that, Piyush Mishra also joining us from the Bharat Mandapam at this point. As we were telling you, we have our reporters and colleagues all there at the Bharat Mandapam, bringing you all the latest updates from there in terms of what exactly is happening, because it's a big summit, viewers, let us tell you, spanning all across Bharat Mandapam, and with thousands of pavilions having been put up by different institutes and individuals showcasing artificial intelligence and India's prowess in that very sector. Piyush, very good morning to you. Today is a brand new day at the very AI Impact Summit, but a very crucial day that is, because the Prime Minister, along with world leaders, will be visiting the very Bharat Mandapam to attend the very summit. Now, if we are to speak of what are you learning from the Bharat Mandapam at this point of time, just get us a pulse of how things are being prepped, because now it's just minutes left before the Prime Minister arrives at the very location.
Well, that's right, Shreya. Any minute from now, Prime Minister will be reaching here at Bharat Mandapam, and he is going to inaugurate the ceremony of India AI Summit. Remember that earlier when Prime Minister had visited here, he was here to inaugurate the India AI Expo. So it is being inaugurated in 3 phases. The last one would be CEO Roundtable. So today it's a very important day when Prime Minister will be taking part in inaugural ceremony of India AI Summit. Along with him would be the state heads of more than than 20 countries, around more than 500 global leaders in AI. Even they are also participating in this entire inaugural ceremony. After that, Prime Minister will be taking a tour of pavilions of various countries. Those have been set up in Bharat Mandapam, where the showcase of AI has been done by different countries. After this event, Prime Minister will be meeting with the heads of states, and there will be a plenary session. And in the evening at 5:30 p.m., Prime Minister is going to hold a round table with CEOs of various companies. So it's going to be a jam-packed day for Prime Minister, as he's going to inaugurate the ceremony of India AI Summit. Remember that he will be reaching any moment from now, and the ceremony will begin. The theme of this entire summit is people, progress and planet. The another theme is Sarvjan Sukhay, Sarvjan Hitaye, happiness for all, welfare for all. That is also the message of this entire global summit. After the inauguration, a lot of deliberations or discussions are going to take place for the next 3 days. The main focus of putting India into the putting India into as to how we can further move ahead as far as artificial intelligence is concerned, and for that a lot of discussions have to take place. So today is a very important day. Prime Minister is all set to reach Bharat Mandapam in a short while from now. At 9:40 the inauguration ceremony will begin. Then 11 a.m. Prime Minister will take a tour of pavilions of various countries. At 12 noon he is going to have a meeting with state heads of various countries, and after that in evening there will be a round table. We'll have to wait and watch how the entire day goes, what kind of discussions are going to take place, because it is a very important summit which Prime Minister is now going to inaugurate.
Very true, very true. And viewers, as we were speaking of the very moment, it is here with Prime Minister Modi. Now, these are live visuals that we are bringing to you at the Bharat Mandapam.
Round of applause. Artificial intelligence is a question for many, but not today. Today we've all gathered here for the AI Impact Summit 2026. Namaskar, distinguished guests, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the government and the people of India, it is my profound honor to welcome you all to AI Impact Summit 2026. I respectfully welcome the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, whose visionary leadership has positioned India at the forefront of digital transformation and responsible AI innovation. It is with great pleasure that I extend a very warm welcome to His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, who would be joining us very soon, the Honorable President of the French Republic. I also warmly welcome Shri Ashwini Vaishnav, Honorable Minister for Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. We are profoundly honored by the presence of heads of state, policymakers, global business leaders, researchers, innovators, and distinguished delegates from across the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this global platform for dialogue, collaboration, and innovation. Welcome to the AI Impact Summit 2026. Distinguished guests, when a nation's resolve aligns with humanity's aspirations, technology becomes more than an instrument. It becomes a defining force of our time, where once the pen shaped revolutions, today code is shaping the future. Inspired by the visionary leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, this grand confluence of artificial intelligence is being guided by a confident and self-reliant India, where data is not merely numbers, but the heartbeat of the aspirations of millions, where our goal is not competition through technology, but building bridges of harmony across humanity. We now present a short film on the AI Impact Summit 2026.
Thousands of years ago, when power was measured by conquest, Bharat measured it by understanding. Stone rose into temples as disciplined geometry. Cities were planned as living systems. It was here that the void was given a name. Shunya, the zero. Before medicine became a science, life was understood as a system. The body learned stillness through yoga. The mind learned clarity. From Nalanda to the digital age, India has built shared tables of learning. And when the world broke, this wisdom became a shield. Care crossed oceans with open hands. Because when India heals, it heals the world. India reached for Mars, carrying 1 billion dreams with it. Those dreams were built in the streets, the farms, and the palms of 1 billion hands. We built a bridge for every nation to cross into the future. What began here became shared digital public infrastructure, offered to nations as a partnership. Now the world stands at another threshold, the age of artificial intelligence. The world brings compute, servers, speed. This timeless civilization brings the compass of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. We placed AI at the heart of the human experience. Through the Ayushman Bharat digital mission, health records became portable. In our clinics, AI brings earlier diagnosis and better care to millions. In our fields, AI now speaks the farmer's dialect. In our schools, it becomes a personalized teacher for every child. Through AI in our courts, justice found new clarity in the digital age. This is technology expanding human capability, not replacing it. When systems are designed for all, humanity moves forward. Not upward for a few, but forward for many. As intelligence scales beyond borders, a larger responsibility emerges to ensure it remains democratic, inclusive, and accountable. This is AI for good. India does not lead to stand apart. It leads to hold the circle together, ensuring that the Global South has a voice as a co-author of the intelligence age. From the creation of zero to the governance of intelligence, this is India. This is Bharat. As leaders, innovators, and nations gather for the India AI Impact Summit 2026, this is our moment to build a world of progress, prosperity, and happiness for all.
That's AI Impact Summit 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Shri Ashwini Vaishnav, Honorable Minister for Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, to deliver the welcome address.
Namaskar. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable President Macron, President Pamelin, respected heads of states and heads of government, honorable ministers, distinguished delegates, friends from the industry, media, and dear students. A very warm welcome to India. Welcome to the first AI summit in the Global South. And of course, the biggest AI summit so far. We have participation from 118 countries. Thank you all for making this summit a grand success. Friends, AI is a foundational technology. It is already transforming how we work, learn, and make decisions. Our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji believes that the true value of technology lies in ensuring that its benefits reach the masses. Our Prime Minister's vision is to democratize technology. deploy it at scale, make it accessible to all. That's why in our country, in India, we are working on all the 5 layers of the AI stack. The first layer is the application layer. We sincerely believe that ROI will come from this layer. And this is where the real benefit will flow to the masses in line with our Prime Minister's vision. That is why we are building real-world solutions in healthcare, agriculture, education, logistics, design, financial services, every sector wherever the benefits can reach the masses. The second layer is the model layer, and that's where the sovereignty comes in. While we understand that very large models will continue to push the frontier, we also understand and believe that more than 90% of the use cases can be addressed with smaller, focused models. These specialized models will deliver greater value to our masses by addressing specific use cases at much lower cost per token as well as overall cost of access. Our bouquet of sovereign models, many of which have been launched during this summit, they are all focused on multimodal and multilingual capabilities because we have a very diverse culture and we have hugely diverse linguistic scenario in our country. We have launched some of these models during this summit, and these models have stood their ground against frontier models on the points that matter most to us. The third layer is the compute layer, and here, once again, our Prime Minister's vision of democratizing technology is clearly visible. We treat compute as a public good, and that's why in a public-private partnership, we have created a common compute platform where we are providing access to 38,000 GPUs at a very affordable rate for our startups, academia, researchers, and students. And we will be adding another 20,000 GPUs to this common compute platform. The fourth layer is the infra layer with our talent pool and very trusted policies. And recently, our Honorable Prime Minister has announced during the budget a very big policy shift towards getting the world's data to India, to reside in India, to be processed here, and to deliver high-value services to the entire world. We expect large investments in data centers in the coming months. The fifth layer is the energy layer. Friends, it's the commitment towards clean energy that our Honorable Prime Minister has always shown, and that's why in our country today, more than 50% of the power generation capacity is from the clean sources, from renewable sources. Our visionary Prime Minister has recently reformed the nuclear energy sector also, which is another very good sector for providing that base load of clean energy. We have a robust grid which has been practically rebuilt over the last 1 decade. In this context window, this is the context window in which we are building our AI ecosystem. Stanford University AI Index places India among the leading countries in AI adoption, AI talent, and AI diffusion. But we are also conscious of the challenges which are facing our IT industry. And to mitigate it, we are working with the industry and academia to upskill, reskill, and to build a new talent pipeline for this new intelligence age. While we harness the benefits of AI, we must also find collective solutions for mitigating the risks. By placing human safety and dignity at the heart of AI, we can move forward with conviction. Together, through this summit and through all the collective efforts and through the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, let us shape an AI future of the humans, by the humans, and for the humans. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for the welcome remarks. And before I move on, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to welcome our distinguished guests. We have with us His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, the Honorable President of France, who's joined us now. Please welcome him. The previous host of AI Summit was France, and it's indeed our privilege to welcome you here again this morning, President Emmanuel Macron. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to welcome Shri N. Chandrasekaran, Chairman of the Tata Group, to the dais to share his visionary insights on artificial intelligence. Please welcome Shri N. Chandrasekaran, Chairman, Tata Group.
Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, Your Excellencies, Heads of State, policymakers, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is an extraordinary privilege to be here this morning and participate in this AI Summit. India is a nation of AI optimists. Our enthusiasm is not surprising. Indians have witnessed the hugely ambitious digital infrastructure programs and what they can achieve. The largest digital identity system in the world, covering 1.4 billion people. A digital payment interface that accounts for half of the entire world's transactions. Over the past few years, under our Honorable Prime Minister's vision, India has treated AI as a strategic national capability, aligning the full stack from chips to systems to energy and to applications through Semicon India, an India AI mission, and most importantly, the recent reforms such as the Shanti Act for clean energy. We are building AI at scale with trust, resilience, and long-term competitiveness. AI is a foundational technology that cuts across all industries. AI is nothing artificial, it is real, because it learns from data and learns faster every day, and it is not based on any fixed rules. Third, AI can scale, and it scales pretty rapidly. Putting all this together, AI, to my mind, is the next big infrastructure. It is the infrastructure of intelligence. It will have a very profound impact, exactly the same way in the past other infrastructure changes have done. Steam engines, electricity, or internet. Our mission should be to make AI work for every individual and every citizen in this country. We should put the AI tools in the hands of the last person in the country and in fact on the earth. And that's the vision that we should all work towards. A couple of days ago, we witnessed 1,500 rural women here in Bharat Mandapam who had no background to computing, no background to digital tools. In a matter of few hours, could learn AI, could build products, could build marketing materials, campaigns, all in front of a global audience, and they did it in 4 hours. AI will have huge impact on our public services delivery. It will have huge impact on enterprises around the world. Since I come from the background of IT industry, one word for the IT industry. It is, in my opinion, the biggest opportunity for the tech sector and the IT industry, because the IT industry's real value is the context, an understanding of every enterprise's business and technology landscape, and make the right technology work inside the processes and the ecosystem, the supplier, customer, and all the other connections an enterprise has. AI will expand that role much further. It is the opportunity to integrate AI and AI agents into workflows, reimagine processes, and make it work, and carry out the transformation so that every enterprise can realize the moat and realize its vision. Now I want to talk a little bit about the Tata Group. At the Tata Group, we are adopting AI across the stack, from silicon to systems to AI-ready data centers to applications and AI agents. And we believe such a vision and such a journey is going to be extremely exciting, and it will require us to work with world-leading partners in India and across the globe. I would like to make 5 points. The Tata Group is establishing India's first large-scale AI-optimized data center, purpose-built for the next generation AI training and inference. I'm very happy to announce that we have partnered with OpenAI to build the first 100 megawatt capacity, which will scale to 1 gigawatt. And we made an announcement with AMD yesterday where we will combine the world-class AI rack architecture with Tata's strength in infrastructure, engineering, power, and solution capabilities to create a sustainable high-density AI capacity in India for global standards. The third, we are already building an AI data insights platform. Minister Ashwini articulated the layers of data architectures. What we are building is totally based on diverse Indian data sets on top of the foundational models, so intelligence becomes available across the diversity of Indian contexts. And the fourth, TCS and our other company, Tata Communications, together, we are building an AI operating system for industries. What we will do is to build agentic industry solutions for every industry. We are already well on the journey, and we will work with partners to be able to launch it and take it to all enterprises around the globe. And finally, again, I want to thank the vision of our Prime Minister, which made it possible for us to make a serious foray into chips and semiconductors. What we will do next is to build chips that are very domain-centric, which will be totally AI-optimized for every industry, and we will first launch or work towards getting it ready for the automotive sector. So these are the areas that we are focused on. I think it is the time for promise to take action into practice so that we can deliver prosperity. Finally, in conclusion, I just want to say that we are standing here at a very defining moment. It is the age of abundant intelligence, where the scarce resources are trust, stewardship, and human capability. So let us send out a simple standard for the AI decade. Capability with dignity, high impact for every watt of energy, and progress with agency and collaboration. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. N. Chandrasekharan, for your forward-looking address. Excellencies, please join me in welcoming Mr. Dario Amodi, CEO of Anthropic, a pioneer at the forefront of artificial intelligence, as I request him to address the esteemed gathering. Please welcome Mr. Dario Amodi.
First, I want to thank Prime Minister Modi for bringing us together. The energy and ambition in this room and across India are incredible. I've been spending the last few days meeting with Indian builders and enterprises, and the energy to build together here is palpable, unlike anywhere else. This is the 4th AI summit we've held since the tradition was initiated at Bletchley Park back in 2023, which I still remember. And in those 2.5 years, the advances in the technology have been absolutely staggering. Along with those, the advances in the commercial applications and the societal and ethical questions around the technology have only grown more urgent. My fundamental view is that AI has been on an exponential for the last 10 years, and as part of a sort of Moore's law for intelligence, and that we are now well advanced on that curve, and there are only a small number of years for AI models surpassing the cognitive capabilities of most humans for most things. We're increasingly close to what I've called a country of geniuses in a data center, a set of AI agents that are more capable than most humans at most things and can coordinate at superhuman speed. That level of capability is something the world has never seen before and brings a very wide range of both opportunities and concerns for humanity. On the positive side, we have the potential to cure diseases that have been incurable for thousands of years, to radically improve human health, and to lift billions out of poverty, including the global south, and create a better world for everyone. On the side of risks, I'm concerned about the autonomous behavior of AI models, their potential for misuse by individuals and governments, and their potential for economic displacement. India has an absolutely central role to play in these questions and challenges, both on the side of the opportunities and on the side of the risks. As a sign of our commitment, we just this week opened an office in Bengaluru and hired Irina Ghose, who has spent 3 decades building businesses in India as our managing director for Anthropic India. We've also announced partnerships with major Indian enterprises this week, including Infosys and others. On the opportunities, one dynamic that we have observed is that technology and practices pioneered in India have historically set a standard for the global south and have helped to diffuse technology and humanitarian benefits through the global south. We're therefore we have been partnering with for several months, nonprofits such as the XSTEP Foundation, Pratham, and Central Square Foundation to use our models to advance digital infrastructure, education, agricultural efficiency, and health, in the hopes of spreading AI's benefits across the global south, starting with India and diffusing out to the rest of the global south. We're also partnering with Karya and the Collective Intelligence Project to build evaluations and metrics of our model Claude's performance on India's many regional languages. On practical and locally relevant tasks, we'll benchmark like agriculture, legal tasks, and educational content. On the risks, India is the world's largest democracy and can be a partner and leader in addressing the global security and economic risks of the technology. We'd like to work with India on testing and evaluation of models for safety and security risks in the tradition that was started by many global and national AI security institutes that have been stood up around the world. Even more, we see a particularly strong opportunity to work with India on studying the economic questions as part of the New Delhi Frontier AI Impact Commitments, which we're excited to join. As part of our Anthropic Economic Futures Program and Anthropic Economic Index, we publish statistical insights into how AI impacts jobs in the economy. We're excited to increasingly share this information, exchange information with the Indian government to share insights and inform evidence-based policymaking, convene meetings with economists, labor leaders, and policymakers to adjust, to adapt to the economic impacts of AI. We believe that AI will greatly grow the economic pie, including in India and the global south, but that because it is happening so fast, it may lead to a time of disruption. And we need to work together between companies and the government to better manage that time of disruption and bring better prosperity smoothly to all. I and Anthropic are very grateful to be part of all these efforts, and I'm honored to be here and working on these questions with all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Dario Amodi, for that illuminating address. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our privilege now to welcome Shri Sundar Pichai, CEO, Alphabet and Google, for the keynote address. We look forward to his insights on the evolving role of artificial intelligence. Mr. Sundar Pichai.
Namaste. Thank you, Prime Minister Modi and distinguished leaders. It's wonderful to be back in India. Every time I visit, I'm struck by the pace of change, and today is no different. Back when I was a student, I often took the Coromandel Express train from Chennai up to IIT Kharagpur. To get there, we passed through Visakhapatnam, Vizag. I remember it being a quiet and modest coastal city brimming with potential. Now in that same city, Google is establishing a full-stack AI hub, part of our $15 billion infrastructure investment in India. When finished, this hub will house gigawatt-scale compute and a new international subsea cable gateway, bringing jobs and cutting-edge AI to people and businesses across India. Sitting on that train, I never imagined Vizag becoming a global AI hub. Just as I couldn't have imagined that one day I'd be spending time with teams figuring out how to put data centers into space. Or taking my parents for a fully autonomous car ride in San Francisco. Seeing a Waymo right through my 83-year-old dad's eyes, I saw the progress in a whole new light. Of course, he said he'd be more impressed if it worked on India's busy roads. Still working on that one, Dad. The progress shows what's possible when humanity dreams big. And no technology has me dreaming. We are on the cusp of hyper-progress and new discoveries that can help emerging economies leapfrog legacy gaps. But that outcome is neither guaranteed nor automatic. To build AI that is truly helpful for everyone, we must pursue it boldly, approach it responsibly, and work through this defining moment together. Why bold? Because AI can improve billions of lives and solve some of the hardest problems in science. For 50 years, predicting protein structures was a grand challenge and a blind spot that stalled drug discovery. Demis Hassabis and his team at Google DeepMind asked an audacious question: how could we use AI to solve this? It didn't just win a Nobel Prize, it compressed decades of research into a database that is now open to the world. Today, over 3 million researchers in more than 190 countries are using it to develop malaria vaccines, fight antibiotic resistance, and much more. And we are asking similarly bold questions across the scientific stack, from cataloging DNA disease markers to building AI agents that act as true partners in the scientific method. We must be equally bold in tackling problems in regions that have lacked access to technology. Take El Salvador, where Google has partnered with the government to bring affordable AI-powered diagnosis and treatment to thousands who could never afford to see a doctor. Or in India, where our work together is helping farmers protect their livelihoods in the face of monsoons. Last summer, for the first time, the Indian government sent AI-powered forecasts to millions of farmers, possible in part because of our neural GCM model. I see language inclusion as another exciting ambition. In Ghana, we are collaborating with universities and NGOs to expand research and open source tools across more than 20 African languages. We need this bold thinking in more places to tackle more problems across health, education, economic opportunity, and more. Technology brings incredible benefits, but we must ensure everyone has access to them. We cannot allow the digital divide to become an AI divide. That means investing in compute infrastructure and connectivity. I mentioned our Vizag investment, and we have others in Thailand, Malaysia, and more. We're also building a vast network of subsea fiber optic cables, including 4 new systems between the US and India, as part of our America-India Connect initiative announced yesterday. Responsibility also means navigating profound economic shifts. AI will undeniably reshape the workforce, automating some roles, evolving others, and creating entirely new careers. 20 years ago, the concept of a professional YouTube creator didn't exist. Today, there are millions around the world. Training is crucial. We have trained 100 million people in digital skills, and our new Google AI Professional Certificate will help people master AI in their jobs, available globally. Finally, trust is the bedrock of adoption. We have created tools like SynthID used by journalists and citizen fact-checkers globally to help verify the authenticity of the content you read and see. But no matter how bold we are or how responsible, we won't realize AI's full benefits unless we work together. Governments have a vital role that includes as regulators, setting important rules of the road and addressing key risks. And importantly, also as innovators, bringing AI to public services that improve lives and accelerating adoption of these technologies for people and businesses. There are glimmers of this from around the globe, from the Ugandan government using AI and satellite imagery to locate priority areas for electrification, to getting potholes fixed for residents more efficiently in Memphis, Tennessee, by using AI scans of road surfaces from buses. Tech companies must also step up, building products that boost knowledge, creativity, and productivity to help people achieve their dreams. And we also need companies of all sizes thinking about this, harnessing AI to innovate and transform their businesses and sectors, and to skill up and empower workers. We have the opportunity to improve lives at a once-in-a-generation scale. I know we have the capability to do this, and looking at the leaders here today, I believe we also have the will. Now we must do the work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sundar Pichai, for that warm and insightful address. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to invite His Excellency Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations.
Prime Minister Modi, thank you for your kind invitation, and congratulations for India's leadership organizing the first AI summit in the Global South. Meeting in India has special meaning. It brings this conversation closer to the realities shaping much of the world. Because the future of AI cannot be decided by a handful of countries or left to the whims of a few billionaires. Last year, the UN General Assembly took two decisive steps. First, creating an independent international scientific panel on AI. And I'm happy to announce that the panel has now been appointed. These 40 leading experts from across regions and disciplines embody a clear message. AI must belong to everyone. We must replace hype and fear with shared evidence and close knowledge gaps. I urge member states, industry and civil society to contribute to the panel's work. Second, launching a global dialogue on AI governance within the United Nations, where all countries, together with the private sector, the academia, and the civil society, can have a voice. We need guardrails that preserve human agency, human oversight, and human accountability. And the first session of the dialogue in Geneva in July will give every country and every stakeholder a voice to align efforts, uphold human rights, and prevent misuse, and to advance our common safety measures, the foundation of interoperability. That builds trust across borders for regulators and businesses, and turns compatibility into opportunity. Your discussions here will culminate in the global dialogue. But without investment, many countries will be locked out of the AI age. AI must be accessible to everyone. That is why, encouraged by the General Assembly of the United Nations, I'm calling for a global fund on AI to build basic capacity in developing countries. Skills, data, affordable computing power, and inclusive ecosystems. Our target is $3 billion US. That is less than 1% of the annual revenue of a single tech company. A small price for AI diffusion that benefits all, include businesses building AI. I'm pleased that Member States have responded to my call to form a global network for exchange and cooperation on AI capacity building in developing world. AI must benefit everyone. Done right, AI can advance sustainable development goals, accelerate breakthroughs in medicine, expand learning opportunities, strengthen food security, bolster climate action and disaster preparedness, and improve access to vital public services. But it can also deepen inequality, amplify bias, and fuel harm. As AI's energy and water demands soar, data centers and supply chains must switch to clean power and shift costs to vulnerable communities. We must invest in workers so AI augments human potential, not only replaces it. And AI must be safe for everyone. We must protect people from exploitation, manipulation, and abuse. No child should be a test subject for unregulated AI. Excellencies, the message of this summit is simple. Real impact means technology that improves lives and protects the planet. So let's build AI for everyone with dignity as the default setting. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency Antonio Guterres, for your gracious address. Distinguished guests, it is my profound honor now to invite Honorable President of France, His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, to address the august gathering. Let's extend a warm and respectful welcome to His Excellency Emmanuel Macron.
Mr. Prime Minister, dear Narendra Modi, Head of State and Government, Ministers, Ambassadors, CEOs, ladies and gentlemen, Namaste. Thank you very much for welcoming us in this magnificent city, in this magnificent country. And it's great to be back after my 2024 state visit for this Artificial Intelligence Impact Summit, hosted by you, Mr. Prime Minister. And I want to start with a story. 10 years ago, a street vendor in Mumbai could not open a bank account. No address, no papers, no access. And today, the same vendor accepts payments on his phone, instantly. Instantly, for free, from anyone in the country. That is not just a tech story. That is a civilization story. And India built something that no other country in the world has built. A digital identity for 1.4 billion people. A payment system that now processes 20 billion transactions every month. A health infrastructure that has issued 500 million digital health IDs. Here are the results. They call it the India Stack, open, interoperable, sovereign. That, dear friends, is what this summit is about. We are clearly at the beginning of a huge acceleration, and you perfectly described it during your interventions. But let me just recap during 1 year what happened. Last year, when France and India co-hosted the AI Action Summit in Paris, we set a global guiding principle for technologies that would transform our societies and our economies. We said then artificial intelligence will be an enabler for our humanity to innovate faster, to disrupt healthcare, energy, mobility, agriculture, public services for the good of mankind. Both of us, we do believe in this revolution. 1 year ago, the landscape started to shift. The US announced Stargate, China launched DeepSeek, AI has become a major field of strategic competition, and big tech got even bigger. And a lot of them are in this room and still accelerated during the last year. AI, GPU, chip tensions are now directly translated in geopolitical and macroeconomic terms. Sometimes for the best, sometimes for the worst, I have to say. But clearly 1 year ago, we demonstrated something else. Hegemony from any quarter is not a fatality. There is a path for innovation, independence, and strategic autonomy. And this path, I'm convinced, is one of the countries like France and India must take together. And we've already achieved a lot. If we speak about models, you perfectly described the acceleration and the diversity of this model. India made a deliberate sovereign choice. SML, small language models. Task-specific, designed to run on a smartphone. And India built the first government-funded AI and deployed 38,000 GPUs at the cheapest rate to every startup in the country, as you perfectly described, Mr. Minister. We took a complementary path. We invested in European large language models, Mistral, founded in Paris a little bit more than 2 years ago, is now valued at 12 billion euro, backed by Dutch leader SML, German SAP, and French CMS AGM, serving over hundreds of major clients all over the place in Europe and elsewhere. They announced last week a new investment in data center in Sweden and a new acquisition of Koyeb, building an actual European AI cloud. India chose granular and smart, and Europe chose sovereign and scaled. But both chose independence, and both were right. And this is as well the cooperation with LLMs coming from the US, and through cooperation, but cooperation based on mutual respect and independence, which could pave the way for progress. After the model of the infrastructure, you just described all the infrastructure made by a lot of large companies in India, and all of us, we are building new infrastructure, computing capacity. 1 year ago in Paris, we announced $109 billion in AI investments, and we are delivering this project with a lot of data centers, 58 billion euro in 2025, powered by our decarbonated nuclear energy. With a great asset, and this is very important indeed, to have low carbon and available energy. Last year, France exported 90 terawatt-hours of low-carbon energy and pilotable energy, which is a huge opportunity to build faster and bigger data center. At the European level, 200 billion euro have been committed with the arrival of the Alice Lecoq exascale supercomputer, key component of our AI factory ambition shared with Netherlands and Greece, and we share the computer with them. Models, infrastructures, talents. India trains hundreds of thousands of AI engineers every year. With 500,000 engineers, India has the second largest developer community in the world. In France, we are doubling the number of AI scientists and engineers trained, and we've now more than 1,100 AI startups thriving in France, creating dozens, thousands of jobs. Armatan AI partnering with Dassault, Gradium for voice AI, Poolside, Ash, Hugging Face. I could quote a series of these unicorns and large caps, and this is clearly one of our strengths. In quantum computing, the next frontier, France is not placing one bet. We are placing four technologies. 4 French companies, Pascal, Candela, Alice and Bob, Quobly, and one ambition, to make Europe a quantum power, which is also the ambition of AMI Labs, Advanced Machine Intelligence Labs, from our dear Yann Lequin for Frontier Research. The smartest AI is not the most expensive. It is the one built by the best people and for the right purpose. Models, infrastructure, talents, capital, and adoption. This is where the Indian model is truly revolutionary, providing solutions for everyone in the country. From 200 million of Indian farmers in their own dialect, to travel advice for 400 million of pilgrims, or AI diagnostics for rural clinics, all running on India's digital public infrastructure. Open rails, near zero cost, adoption is key, and being inclusive is key. In Europe, our AI factories optimize energy grids, transform logistics, reinvent healthcare administration, and we are proving you can build a competitive AI industry while protecting your citizens' data. And opposite to what some misinformed friends have been saying, Europe is not blindly focused on regulation. Europe is a space for innovation and investment, but it is a safe space. And safe spaces win in the long run. I'm sure of that. Now, the point of this summit was not only to say, let's do more. It was to say, let's do better together. AI may be a powerful accelerator of productivity and a major shift for labor markets. This is why access to AI for all is critical. France and India share a common vision, a sovereign AI used to protect our planet and to foster prosperity for all. In health, we launched the Indo-French Institute for AI in Health, a partnership between Sorbonne's Brain Institute and AIIMS Delhi, and the partnership between ASH and St. John's Research Institute in Bangalore will use AI to transform hospital administration as well. In language, we jointly launched Current AI for sustainable and sovereign AI access, and this year we announced an open hardware tool for translation into Indian languages and dialects, because AI that doesn't understand dialects is not AI for all. And this is why we do endorse this initiative for diversity in language. In sustainability, our Coalition for Sustainable AI now has more than 200 supporters. Today, with India and UNESCO, we launch an international challenge for sustainable AI models. Last year in Paris, we called it action. This year in Delhi, we call it impact. But the real name is simpler, AI together. AI and digitalization will be a key theme for the months to come. And the key theme for the Africa Forward Summit we will co-host with Kenya in Nairobi in May. The continent, the African continent, with the youngest population that will double in 25 years, deserves the best digital tools. And at a time when tensions are rising, there is an increased sense of urgency to direct all our digital tools towards this inclusive approach. And in order, indeed, to be strong here in India, but to be strong as well on the African continent. And let's focus all together towards bridging rather than dividing, creating rather than destroying, sharing rather than taking. France intends to use its G7 presidency to foster that vision. I know, Mr. Prime Minister, that India will do the same through your BRICS presidency. No country is bound to serve only as a market where foreign companies sell their models and download their citizens' data. No country. One of our G7 priorities will be as well children's protection against AI and digital abuse. You just mentioned it, Mr. Secretary General. There is no reason our children should be exposed online to what is legally forbidden in the real world. Our platforms, governments and regulators should be working together to make internet and social media a safe space. This is why, in France, we are embarking on a process to ban social networks for children under 15 years old. And we are committed here in this journey with a lot of several European countries being present here today. Greece, Spain. I know, Mr. Prime Minister, you will join this club. And this is a great news that India will join such an approach in order to protect children and teenagers. And we stand ready to take all necessary actions to ensure that our young citizens are truly safe, and wish to engage with all willing partners to make this vision happen for all. And this is a new coalition of willings in order to protect our children and teenagers. Protecting our children is not regulation as well. It is civilization. To conclude, the message I have come to convey is that we are determined to continue to shape the rules of the game. And to do with our allies, such as India, because we believe in core shared values, science, rule of law, global balance, efficient multilateralism, innovation for the benefit of all. Now is the time to channel our forces toward what works. Concrete action and solutions that make AI more sustainable, efficient, and accessible. Targeted funding to leverage talents and creativity. Appropriate rules to prevent abuse and protect all our citizens. Strong partnerships that help build new AI solutions, more safe and more sustainable. I want to thank all the governments and business leaders present in this room and engaged in this journey. I know your goodwill and now your commitment in order to deliver these concrete results. We do believe in innovation, but we do believe in a better place, in a better world as well. And I don't believe one second it's incompatible. And let me say one more thing about partnerships, because this is not a two-player game. Last week, India and the UAE announced a joint AI partnership, a supercomputing cluster, shared data centers and innovation corridor. And India brings the engineers and the frugal models, and the Gulf brings the capital and the infrastructure. And together, they build faster than either could alone. France knows this equation well. With UAE, we engaged and they committed billions of euros for innovation and data centers in our country, and this partnership creates more value together. This is not dependency. This is intelligent convergence between governments, with companies, large caps, startups. And this is clearly this intelligent convergence which can provide results. The old world said you compete or you lose. The new world says you connect or you fall behind. And I started with a story about a street vendor in Mumbai. 10 years ago, the world told India that 1.4 billion people could not be brought into the digital economy. India proved them wrong. Today, some say AI is a game only the biggest can play. That you need $400 billion to be in the race, that nothing can exist between the two blocks, India, France, Europe, together with our partners, those who believe in our approach. Companies, governments, investors might have a different way. The money race is important and we cannot discount it. But the outcomes and real value creation for our population is even more. The future of AI will be built by those who combine innovation and responsibility, technology with humanity. And India and France will help to shape this future together. And the journey has just begun. Jai Ho. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, for your visionary address and for strengthening the spirit of international cooperation in shaping the AI-powered future. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite Shri Ashwini Vaishnav, Honorable Minister for Electronics and Information Technology, to announce the New Delhi Frontier AI commitments.
Honorable Prime Minister, distinguished global leaders, industry partners, ladies and gentlemen, and the young friends. Today, it gives me great pleasure to announce a significant outcome of the India AI Impact Summit, the New Delhi Frontier AI Impact Commitments. Today, leading frontier AI companies, along with India's own innovators, such as Sarvam, BharatGen, Gyani, and Socket, have come together to make a set of voluntary commitments that reflect a shared vision for inclusive and responsible AI. Can we have the commitments displayed? Yes. These are two significant commitments. First, advancing understanding of real-world AI usage through anonymized and aggregated insights to support evidence-based policymaking on jobs, skills, and economic transformation. The second is strengthening multilingual and contextual evaluations of AI systems to ensure that AI works effectively across languages, cultures, and real-world use cases, especially in the Global South. Together, these efforts mark an important step towards shaping AI that is not only powerful, but also inclusive, development-oriented, and globally relevant. This initiative positions India at the forefront of building a global South-led perspective on AI governance, one that balances innovation with equity and real-world impact. I now invite the distinguished leaders of these organizations to kindly join us on the stage for this announcement. The leader who gave this vision to the world, I now invite Honorable Prime Minister for your inaugural address. Give a big round of applause for the Honorable Prime Minister.
Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, industry leaders, innovators, entrepreneurs, researchers, delegates, अन्य सभी महानुभाव, देवी और सज्जनों, नमस्ते। दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी और ऐतिहासिक एआई इम्पैक्ट समिट में आप सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन है। ये समिट जिस भारत में हो रही है, वो भारत 1/6 ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी को रिप्रेजेंट करता है। भारत दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी युवा आबादी का देश है। सबसे बड़े टेक टैलेंट पूल का केंद्र है, सबसे बड़े टेक एनेबल्ड इकोसिस्टम का उदाहरण है। भारत नई टेक्नोलॉजी बनाता भी है और उसे अभूतपूर्व तेजी से अपनाता भी है। नई टेक्नोलॉजी के प्रति उत्सुक 140 करोड़ भारतीयों की ओर से मैं आप सभी हेड्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट्स, ग्लोबल एआई इकोसिस्टम के लीडर्स और इनोवेटर्स का इस समिट में स्वागत करता हूं, आपका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। इस समिट का भारत में होना भारत के साथ ही पूरे ग्लोबल साउथ के लिए गर्व का विषय है। इस समिट में एआई जगत के हुज हू यहां पर मौजूद है। दुनिया के 100 से ज्यादा देशों का रिप्रेजेंटेशन, दुनिया के कोने कोने से यहां आए महानुभाव इसकी सफलता को नई ऊंचाई पर ले जा रहे हैं। इसमें यंग जनरेशन की जो उपस्थिति हमने देखी है वो एक नया विश्वास पैदा करती है। आमतौर पर नई टेक्नोलॉजी को लेकर कुछ लोगों में शुरुआती में संदेह होता है, लेकिन जिस तेजी और भरोसे के साथ दुनिया की युवा पीढ़ी एआई को स्वीकार कर रही है, उसकी ओनरशिप ले रही है, एआई का इस्तेमाल कर रही है, वो अभूतपूर्व है। यहां एआई समिट की एग्जीबिशन को लेकर भी बहुत उत्साह रहा है। खासकर यंग टैलेंट बहुत बड़ी संख्या में आया है। एग्रीकल्चर, सिक्योरिटी, दिव्यांगजनों की मदद, मल्टीलिंगुअल पॉपुलेशन की तमाम जरूरतों से जुड़े जो भी सॉल्यूशंस यहां प्रेजेंट किए गए हैं वो इस फील्ड में मेड इन इंडिया की ताकत और भारत की इनोवेटिव कैपेबिलिटीज का बहुत बड़ा उदाहरण है। साथियों, मानव इतिहास में हर कुछ शताब्दियों के बाद एक टर्निंग पॉइंट आता है और वो टर्निंग पॉइंट सभ्यता की दिशा रीसेट करता है और वहीं से विकास की रफ्तार बदलती है। सोचने, समझने और काम करने के पैराडाइम बदलते हैं। और दिलचस्प बात यह है, जब हम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के उस दौर में होते हैं तब उसके वास्तविक इंपैक्ट का अंदाजा भी नहीं होता। जब पत्थरों से पहली बार स्पार्क निकला, किसी ने नहीं सोचा था कि वही चिंगारी सिविलाइजेशनल की फाउंडेशन बनेगी। जब बोली को पहली बार लिपि में बदला गया, किसी ने नहीं जाना था कि रिटन नॉलेज फ्यूचर सिस्टम की बैकबोन बनेगी। जब पहली बार सिग्नल्स को वायरलेस ट्रांसमिट किया गया, किसी ने कल्पना नहीं की थी कि एक दिन पूरी दुनिया रियल टाइम में कनेक्ट होगी। साथियों, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस मानव इतिहास का ऐसा ही ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है।
आज जो हम देख रहे हैं, जो प्रिडिक्ट कर रहे हैं, वो इसके इंपैक्ट का सिर्फ प्रारंभिक संकेत है। एआई मशीनों को इंटेलिजेंट बना रही है, लेकिन उससे भी अधिक मानव सामर्थ्य को कई गुना बढ़ा रही है। अंतर सिर्फ एक है, इस बार स्पीड भी अभूतपूर्व है और स्केल भी अप्रत्याशित है। पहले टेक्नोलॉजी का इंपैक्ट दिखने में दशकों लगते थे। आज मशीन लर्निंग से लर्निंग मशीन तक का सफर तेज भी है, गहरा भी है, व्यापक भी है। इसलिए हमें विजन भी बड़ा रखना है और जिम्मेदारी भी उतनी ही बड़ी निभानी है। वर्तमान पीढ़ी के साथ ही हमें इस बात की भी चिंता करनी है कि आने वाली पीढ़ियों के हाथों में हम एआई का क्या स्वरूप सौंप कर जाएंगे। इसलिए आज असली प्रश्न यह नहीं कि भविष्य में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस क्या कर सकती है। प्रश्न यह है कि वर्तमान में हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के साथ क्या करते हैं। ऐसे प्रश्न मानवता के सामने पहले भी आए हैं। सबसे सशक्त उदाहरण है न्यूक्लियर पावर। हमने उसका डिस्ट्रक्शन भी देखा है और सकारात्मक कंट्रीब्यूशन भी देखा है। एआई भी एक ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव पावर है। दिशाहीन हुई तो डिसरप्शन, सही दिशा मिली तो सॉल्यूशन। एआई को मशीन सेंट्रिक से ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक कैसे बनाएं, संवेदनशील और उत्तरदायी कैसे बनाएं, यही इस ग्लोबल एआई इंपैक्ट समिट का मूल उद्देश्य है। साथियों, भारत एआई को किस दृष्टि से देखता है, उसका स्पष्ट प्रतिबिंब इस समिट की थीम में है। सर्वजन हिताय, सर्वजन सुखाय, वेलफेयर फॉर ऑल, हैप्पीनेस ऑफ ऑल। यही हमारा बेंचमार्क है। एआई के लिए इंसान सिर्फ डेटा पॉइंट न बन जाए, इंसान सिर्फ रॉ मटेरियल तक सीमित न रह जाए। इसलिए एआई को डेमोक्रेटाइज करना होगा, इसे इंक्लूजन और एम्पावरमेंट का माध्यम बनाना होगा और विशेष रूप से ग्लोबल साउथ में। साथियों, हमें एआई को ओपन स्काई भी देना है और कमांड भी अपने हाथ में रखना है। जैसे जीपीएस होता है, जीपीएस हमें रास्ता सुझाता है, लेकिन हमें किस डायरेक्शन में जाना है, इसकी फाइनल कॉल हमारी ही होती है। आज हम एआई को जिस दिशा में लेकर जाएंगे, वैसा ही हमारा भविष्य तय होगा। साथियों, आज न्यू दिल्ली एआई इंपैक्ट समिट में मैं एआई के लिए MANAV मानव विजन प्रस्तुत करता हूं। मानव का अर्थ होता है ह्यूमन, और मानव विजन कहता है एम मोरल एंड एथिकल सिस्टम्स, यानी एआई एथिकल गाइडेंस पर आधारित हो। ए अकाउंटेबल गवर्नेंस, यानी ट्रांसपेरेंट रूल्स, रोबस्ट ओवरसाइट। एन नेशनल सॉवरेनिटी, यानी जिसका डेटा उसका अधिकार। ए एक्सेसिबल एंड इंक्लूसिव, यानी एआई मोनोपोली नहीं, मल्टीप्लायर बने। वी वैलिड एंड लेजिटिमेट, यानी एआई लॉफुल और वेरीफाइबल हो। भारत का ये मानव विजन 21वीं सदी की एआई आधारित दुनिया में मानवता के कल्याण की अहम कड़ी बनेगा। साथियों, दशकों पहले जब इंटरनेट की शुरुआत हुई तो कोई सोच भी नहीं पाता था कि इससे कितनी जॉब्स बनेगी। यही बात एआई में है। आज कल्पना करना मुश्किल है कि आने वाले समय इस फील्ड में किस तरह की जॉब पैदा होगी। एआई का फ्यूचर ऑफ वर्क प्री डिफाइंड नहीं है। ये हमारे निर्णय पर, हमारे कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन पर निर्भर होगा। मैं समझता हूं हमारे लिए फ्यूचर ऑफ वर्क एक नई अपॉर्चुनिटी है। ये ह्यूमंस और इंटेलिजेंट सिस्टम्स के साथ मिलकर काम करने का युग है। वी आर एंटरिंग एन एरा वेयर ह्यूमंस एंड इंटेलिजेंट सिस्टम्स co-create, co-work and co-evolve। एआई हमारे काम को और अधिक स्मार्ट, एफिशिएंट और इंपैक्टफुल बनाएगा। हम बेहतर डिजाइन करेंगे, तेज बिल्ड करेंगे और बेहतर डिसीजन ले सकेंगे। इससे और ज्यादा लोगों को हायर वैल्यू, क्रिएटिव और मीनिंगफुल रोल्स भी मिलेंगे। ये इनोवेशन, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और न्यू इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए बड़ा मौका है। इसलिए हमें स्किलिंग, रीस्किलिंग और लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग को मास मूवमेंट बनाना होगा। साथियों, फ्यूचर ऑफ वर्क इंक्लूसिव, ट्रस्टेड और ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक होगा। अगर हम मिलकर आगे बढ़ें तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पूरी मानवता की क्षमता को नई ऊंचाइयों तक ले जाएगी। साथियों, कहा जाता है सनलाइट इज द बेस्ट डिसइंफेक्टेड, यानी पारदर्शिता ही सबसे बड़ी सुरक्षा है। कुछ देश और कंपनियां मानती है कि एआई एक स्ट्रैटेजिक एसेट है, इसलिए इसे कॉन्फिडेंशियल तरीके से डेवलप किया जाना चाहिए। लेकिन भारत की सोच अलग है। हम मानते हैं कि एआई जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे, तभी हमारे मिलियंस ऑफ यंग माइंड्स उन्हें बेहतर और सुरक्षित बना पाएंगे। इसलिए आइए हम ये संकल्प लें कि एआई को ग्लोबल कॉमन गुड के रूप में विकसित किया जाएगा। साथियों, आज की एक बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाने की भी है। डीप फेक्स और फैब्रिकेटेड कंटेंट ओपन सोसाइटीज में अस्थिरता ला रहे हैं। फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में हम फूड पर न्यूट्रिशन लेबल देखते हैं ताकि हमें पता हो कि हम क्या खा रहे हैं। ठीक उसी तरह डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में कंटेंट पर भी ऑथेंटिसिटी लेबल्स होने चाहिए ताकि लोगों को पता हो कि क्या असली है और क्या एआई से बनाया गया है। जैसे जैसे एआई ज्यादा टेक्स्ट, इमेजेस और वीडियोज बना रहा है, वैसे वैसे इंडस्ट्री में वाटरमार्किंग और क्लियर सोर्स स्टैंडर्ड्स की जरूरत बढ़ती जा रही है। इसलिए ये जरूरी है कि ये विश्वास टेक्नोलॉजी में शुरू से बिल्ट इन हो। साथियों, हमें चिल्ड्रन सेफ्टी के प्रति और अधिक सजग होना होगा। जैसे स्कूल का सिलेबस क्यूरेटेड होता है, वैसे ही एआई स्पेस भी चाइल्ड सेफ और फैमिली गाइडेड होना चाहिए। फ्रेंड्स, आज दुनिया में दो तरह के लोग हैं। एक, जिन्हें एआई में भय दिखता है, वो हमेशा वैसी बात करते हैं। ऐसे लोग जिन्हें एआई में भय दिखता है, और दूसरे वो जिन्हें एआई में भाग्य दिखता है। और साथियों, मैं जिम्मेवारी के साथ कहता हूं, गर्व के साथ कहता हूं, हमें भय नहीं, भारत को एआई में भाग्य दिखता है, भारत को एआई में भविष्य दिखता है। हमारे पास टैलेंट भी है, एनर्जी कैपेसिटी भी है और पॉलिसी क्लैरिटी भी है। और मुझे आपको ये बताते हुए खुशी है कि इस समिट में 3 भारतीय कंपनियों ने अपने एआई मॉडल्स और एप्स लॉन्च किए हैं। ये मॉडल्स हमारे यूथ के टैलेंट को दिखाते हैं और भारत जो सॉल्यूशंस दे रहा है उसकी डेप्थ और डाइवर्सिटी का भी प्रतिबिंब है। साथियों, भारत सेमीकंडक्टर और चिप मेकिंग से लेकर क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग तक एक रिजिलिएंट इकोसिस्टम बना रहा है। सिक्योर डेटा सेंटर्स, मजबूत आईटी बैकबोन, डायनेमिक स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम भारत को एफोर्डेबल, स्केलेबल और सिक्योर एआई सॉल्यूशंस का नेचुरल हब बनाते हैं। भारत के पास डाइवर्सिटी भी है, डेमोग्राफी भी है और डेमोक्रेसी भी है। जो एआई मॉडल भारत में सक्सीड करता है वो ग्लोबली डिप्लॉय हो सकता है। इसलिए मैं आप सभी को आमंत्रित करता हूं, डिजाइन and develop in India. Deliver to the world. Deliver to humanity. एक बार फिर आप सभी को मेरी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. थैंक यू. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, for your guiding words. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, is a visionary leader who envisions that progress should uplift every citizen and leave no one behind. And reflecting his vision, the address of the Honorable Prime Minister was presented in sign language live through artificial intelligence, marking a significant step towards accessibility and inclusivity. Guided by the three pillars of people, planet, and progress, from the timeless principle of Sarvajan Hitai, Sarvajan Sukhai, to the vision of sovereign AI and AI sovereignty, India's approach is impact-oriented and people-centric. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all our distinguished guests, including His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, and to all the global leaders, speakers, and delegates for their august presence. Thank you all for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. From India's perspective, India's development journey in AI is focused on development of AI for the global south, from limited ownership of AI to inclusive participation. That's India's approach to AI. Ladies and gentlemen, your presence has reaffirmed our...
I'm going to go straight across to my colleague Aishwarya, getting in all of those details on that big story that we are tracking from Delhi's Bharat Mandapam, where the India AI Summit is underway. The Prime Minister underscoring the Manav vision importantly at the AI Summit. What's also very interesting, Aishwarya, is the manner in which he's outlined that AI is not going to take away your job. It's only going to help create further opportunities. And that underscoring is so important, isn't it, Aishwarya?
Well, definitely, let me just break it down. MANAV, which is M-A-N-A-V, which basically stands for Moral and Ethical System, Accountable Governance, National Sovereignty, Accessibility and Inclusivity, Valid and Legitimate. So, we have seen how Prime Minister Modi often has been using these kind of short forms, to tell the world what exactly India is thinking. And Prime Minister Modi has often said that we have seen throughout the course of our history how there have been certain instances that have changed the complete vision of the world, and that actually became a turning point not just for a few people but for the entire human race. Prime Minister Modi underlined that the advent of AI and the way in which we are seeing AI making strides, this again for the entire humanity can be a turning point. What will happen from here? All those things depend on the policies that we will make today. So we just heard Prime Minister Narendra Modi very, very clearly pointing out to us the fact that we all need to be together, and also said that this can become that turning point from where we will see, if we talk about Vikas, if we talk about development, the pace at which development will happen, all those things can tremendously change from here. So he's laid out the Manav vision for the world and is now urging the world to come together and to make sure that this becomes a pivotal point in human history.
But Aishwarya, getting in those details at this point in time, also the stage has seen global leaders on the field of AI as well as representatives, heads of countries, talk to us about what else is expected as far as today's itinerary is concerned. Aishwarya, the Prime Minister is expected to also have a couple of bilaterals, I understand. Also take us to what to expect in the day.
Well, it's a packed day today, Sneha, and let me tell you what we will very keenly be looking at is the roundtable that will actually happen with the CEOs at 5:30 p.m. We are expecting some kind of a broad agreement that these nations will together come for. India, even as we are speaking, is in conversation with at least 35 nations. This is a conversation around safeguarding data, around making sure that AI is used correctly and AI is used to assist people. Prime Minister Modi also, Sneha, while he was speaking, spoke about the fact that there there are a lot of people who are afraid of technology. You need to understand that technology is here to assist you. So that is something that has been the focus point of the government, very, very clearly speaking about the fact that we all need to work together so that from here, the way in which technology is being used and what we will give to those who will come after us, all those things depend on the kind of policies that we will make today. So we need to be very, very cautious, but we also need to understand that AI is here to help us, and through AI, the development of pace for the entire human race can increase many folds. So those will be the topics of conversation that we will see taking place at the moment, along with the stakeholders, the top stakeholders with regards to technology in AI. All of them are here in our country, in India. And now we will see how, conversations will happen around this. And we will also see how a broader framework of the kind of rules and regulations that we need to make sure that AI is safe, technology
Coming back to you, Aishwarya, in that conversation that continues. Be with us. Mega AI innovation at the summit. That's the story we are breaking at this hour. Something that my colleague Aishwarya also touched upon. Live AI-enabled sign language, India's big inclusive AI push. So it's not just for people who can read and write and hear, but also for people who can't. And that is just so important. And I think that really is so, crucial to underscore at this point in time, a human-centric vision for artificial intelligence, and also for those who may be having challenges, isn't it? Hearing impaired, the Prime Minister really hasn't forgotten them, isn't it? Aishwarya.
Together. And let me tell you, Sneha, this is not the first time we are speaking, we are looking at Prime Minister Modi speaking about these kind of things. In fact, it is the famous logo of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. So that is something that the government has been pushing for, inclusivity, so that you make sure that everyone is on the same page. And the kind of development that we have seen over the past few years, the government has often been pinpointing at the UPA era and speaking about the fact that the development used to barely trickle down, and it actually used to stay with just a few people. That is something that the BJP broke away from, and that is something that the BJP stands for, making sure that everyone gets a piece, everyone, gets a share in that kind of development that we are seeing happening. And that's the reason why we are seeing this kind of inclusivity also being done by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And technology is for everyone. This has been, the bottom line of everything that the government has been doing, the kind of policy changes that we are seeing happening over the past few years. All of them actually have been pointing towards the fact that everyone is equal, and development should not be just with few people, just with a handful of people. Development has to happen equally. So that's the reason why we are seeing even Prime Minister Modi, when he unveiled the vision, Manav, one of the key pointers is inclusivity, so that everyone gets their share, and everyone gets a share of the kind of development work that we will see happening in future with the use of AI.
Become mere data points. Aishwarya, that's something else that I want you to talk about, what the Prime Minister said. It should be human-centric, and they're not the raw material for AI. That is something that we must understand, democratize AI and make it an inclusive model. It shouldn't be seen as something that is going to take away from us, rather something that's going to help us. And that perhaps is the best way of looking at artificial intelligence.
Well, definitely.
Yes.
We have seen how time and again Prime Minister Modi has been focusing on the fact that, we all need to make sure that everyone gets a share, everyone is touched by the kind of development work that will happen. And now is the time. We are seeing technology, coming to a certain point, and from this point, that change will happen. Prime Minister Modi, in fact, very famously gave the example that when the first time, 2 stones were being rubbed and we saw that spark coming out, that spark actually became the engine on which the growth happened for the next many, many years. And then he also spoke about the fact that today also we are seeing technology being used, and this could very well become that changing point that we will see in our history. When people will flip through history, they will remember this change that has now happened with regards to AI, and the policies that one will make today. Those are the policies, the reflection of those policies will happen in decades to come. So that is something which we all need to very keenly look at. We all need to understand that we cannot do away with technology. Technology is very much a part of our lives, and it is here to make our lives easier, to make sure that, we move we move closer to the kind of development that the entire world at the moment is looking at. And especially, Sneha, when we speak about India, India at the moment is looking at the 2047 vision, a vision in which India will become Viksit Bharat, which means from being a developing nation, we will become a developed nation. And the government believes very firmly so that the thing that can actually help India is the use of technology and is the rapid use in which we will see things changing very quickly for our country. And those are the kind of policies that the government at the moment is looking at, and that's why they are now asking the world leaders also to come together and to make sure that we see those kind of changes happening.
Aishwarya, getting in those details at this point in time, continue to be with us. We are highlighting what the Prime Minister has just said. He has also spoken about Manav. M stands for moral and ethical systems. He says A for accountable governance, N for national sovereignty, A for accessible and inclusive, AI, V for valid and legitimate, said the Prime Minister. Calling for the democratization of artificial intelligence, he says for AI, humans are data points to ensure humans are not reduced to mere raw material and that there should be no concern or fear on that front. AI must be democratized. He's spoken about the need, in fact, to use this and control it rather than AI controlling us, for which he's spoken about regulation. Aishwarya, he's also spoken about the need for caution, drawing this analogy from nutrition labels on the food that we eat. The Prime Minister made that important point today. Aishwarya.
Well, definitely, Sneha, we have seen how Prime Minister Modi, through the examples that he gave, what he actually wanted to highlight was the fact that there is technology all around us. Technology has surrounded us 360 degrees. There is not a sphere in our life where we do not see technology, and technology can actually help us. There is technology which will tell us whether the food that is being grown, can it be grown in a better way. There is technology which is now telling us about our health and also preventing certain diseases from taking place. So all those things are something that we now need to very keenly look at. But along with that, we also need to be very, very sure that we use technology to become better and we do not get used by technology. So that is also something that the government has been focusing on. In fact, we have seen how the top leadership of the BJP often has pointed towards the fact that there are a lot of videos that are doing rounds, fake news, fake things that have started doing rounds. That is also a big concern, not just for the Indian government, but for the governments across the globe. So that's something that they have very keenly been looking at. And the need of the hour is to make sure that on one hand, you understand that for the development, for that change in the course of history, you do need technology, you do need AI, but you also need to make sure that you do not get used by technology. So those are the things that one needs to be wary of. And that's the reason why, we are at that inflex point in history.
That's
because
right.
both these things
Live
need
visuals
to
on your screens at this point in time. Aishwarya, be with us. We're taking our viewers through these images on our screens at this point in time. Remember, there are leaders, in fact, from all over the world who are there. There have been bilaterals with the world leaders as well. The Prime Minister in a photo opportunity right there with so many delegates and live. In fact, images are live on your screens at this point in time. Global AI leaders, along with several leaders of various governments across the world. Images on your screen at this point in time of the India AI Summit. You see these pictures of the Prime Minister live on your screens at this point in time. Several leaders from across the world have been there, are in Delhi, and these are images live on your screens at this point in time. Sam Altman, Sundar Pichai, along with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the other global world leaders in the area of artificial intelligence. Remember, there are world leaders and global CEOs in this meeting. And the Prime Minister has been in a discussion on several areas of mutual interest. There are many other bilaterals from the representatives of Bhutan, Spain, and Croatia. Also meetings with the CEO of Google. All of that has, of course, happened. And also other leaders like Sam Altman, for example, Sun Microsystems. These are details that we have at this point in time of a series of meetings, bilaterals that have taken place. What is expected furthermore after this photo opportunity and the Jai Ho moment at the AI Summit? Aishwarya, take us throughout the day. What is expected? What really is the itinerary of the Prime Minister vis-a-vis his meetings with various leaders? Tell us what to expect.
कर रहे हैं.
Well, now, Sneha, what we will see is the Prime Minister along with the top leaders moving through the AI summit, and then we will see at about 12 o'clock the other leaders and also the top CEOs. All of them will be speaking at about 12 o'clock. After that, the important CEO roundtable is at 5:30 p.m. today. In this CEO roundtable conference, the broad contours of what the world really needs to keep in mind and how we need different kind of, because see, at the moment what's happening, every country has a different framework, and according to that framework they are looking at AI, they are trying to protect their own people. But what is the need of the hour is an international law of sorts, international broad rules that one needs to follow, and this is something that the stakeholders also now need to be very, very cautious about, because these are the platforms, the social media platforms, they also need to come out and they also need to say that they are also taking responsibility for the kind of content that is now being made, because we are seeing, Sneha, you would have also seen n number of videos which later turn out to be fake videos, n number of morphed pictures that have started doing rounds, and most importantly, how do you protect minors, how do you protect children? So that is also something that the world leaders will be discussing, and broad contours of the kind of rules that the world wants at the moment. Those are the things that we will see being discussed throughout the day today. The most crucial is the roundtable CEO conference that will take place at 5:30 p.m.
All right, the roundtable conference, and it's going to take place at 5:30 is what Aishwarya is telling us. Once again, for our viewers, the Prime Minister spoke about Manav. He says he is presenting the Manav vision for artificial intelligence, which means human, moral, ethical systems. AI should be based on ethical guidance. This is extremely important. Aishwarya, the very fact that he spoke about the need for an ethical guidance and an ethical framework in which we all should be, in fact, using artificial intelligence to leverage for our advantage, but there can't be it has to be within the framework of an ethical guidance, and that becomes extremely important as far as the use of AI is concerned, because in the recent instances, we have in fact seen the misuse of AI on several fronts. India is looking at that aspect also very closely.
Well, definitely, India is now looking at making sure that they safeguard the people, also very clearly looking at the fact that how you need to save minors, how you need to make sure that children are safe, and also they understand what technology can do, how technology can help them. So these are very crucial things that one needs to look at, and the stakeholders, their involvement also is extremely crucial in these kind of things. So this is what the future actually holds for, and this is exactly what we will see happening in days to come, the kind of framework that we will see. The framework will also have, these things in mind, and that's why the stakeholders also over the course of the past many years have been asked what kind of things do they want, what is it that they want to add, and how is it that we can safeguard minors and children, all those things being very closely looked at the moment. Also, one thing which is very, very clear from India's point of view, this is the change that India wants to see, because from now we will be able to make that leap, we will be able to move forward, and technology will actually help India, from making that shift, the gear change that the government actually is hoping for, that gear change from now to 2047, the next 2 decades, government wants that these kind of policies should push India in the developed nations in that league, and to do that, to catapult India into that league, it is AI, it is technology that will come in handy in a big way. Sneha.
That's right. I'm going to, in fact, thank you for the moment, Aishwarya, getting into those details and sharing those inputs with us as far as the AI Impact Summit is concerned. Some very important points being made by the Prime Minister for a human-centric vision for artificial intelligence as he sees it. We'll continue to get you more on that story. For the moment, we're pausing for a quick commercial break here.
You are watching India Today.
Introducing Motorola Signature.
Introducing Motorola Signature. Don't blend in, stand out. Introducing Motorola Signature. Don't blend in, stand out.
Hi, here are the top headlines presented by Motorola. PM Modi says, India to rank among top 3 AI nations by 2047. Election dates announced for 37 Rajya Sabha seats. Voting on March 16th, Ishan Kishan becomes number 8th T20 batsman in ICC rankings.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Introducing Motorola Signature.
Introducing Motorola Signature. Don't blend in, stand out. Introducing Motorola Signature. Don't blend in, stand out.
Hi, here are the top headlines presented by Motorola. PM Modi inaugurates AI Impact Summit. Leaders from over 20 nations present. Mohan Bhagwat says, Hindu society strong but deeply divided. Iran fortifies defenses amid war fears. US sends 50 jets.
in India are very focused on AI in the edge, AI for use cases, AI for solving real world problems, AI for improving the productivity in the enterprises, AI for population scale problems like healthcare, like agriculture, like climate change. These are the things that we are focused here in India. And this AI summit brings that opportunity. And as we discuss various technical matters, I will request the topmost brains which are present here to please do bring some solid, concrete suggestions on how to make AI safe.
Hi, Sana here with a quick AQI update. Delhi 257, Mumbai 81, Kolkata 198, Bangalore 152, Chennai 186, Hyderabad 158.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
You are watching India Today.
Welcome back. We have more news coming in and we're reporting from the India AI Summit. This is the Prime Minister's big words at the AI Summit. He's called for creators' right over content. Hailing global leaders at the AI Summit, the Prime Minister said, and I quote, India has hosted the world's largest AI Summit, crucially making the point about the creators' right for content, right over content, and the implications of the same on media. Also, the Prime Minister has said, and I quote again, India makes and adopts state-of-art technology at the summit. It's a moment of pride for the global south. The scale of AI adoption, says the Prime Minister, in India is unprecedented. He's spoken about this artificial intelligence and our turn towards it actually being a turning point in human history, equating artificial intelligence to invention of fire moment. The Prime Minister calling for responsible AI for the future generation. AI can help or harm like nuclear power, says the Prime Minister, underscoring the risks of the same. AI can disrupt, but it can give solutions too, says the Prime Minister. Outlining the Manav vision for AI that we spoke about, the Prime Minister said AI will make our work more impactful. He's spoken about democratization of artificial intelligence, also has said that this is an opportunity for lifelong learning. We'll talk about that in a moment. Listen in to what the Prime Minister said.
Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, industry leaders, innovators, entrepreneurs, researchers, delegates, अन्य सभी महानुभाव, देवी और सज्जनों, नमस्ते। दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी और ऐतिहासिक एआई इम्पैक्ट समिट में आप सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन है। ये समिट जिस भारत में हो रही है वो भारत 1/6 ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी को रिप्रेजेंट करता है। भारत दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी युवा आबादी का देश है, सबसे बड़े टेक टैलेंट पूल का केंद्र है, सबसे बड़े टेक एनेबल्ड इकोसिस्टम का उदाहरण है। भारत नई टेक्नोलॉजी बनाता भी है और उसे अभूतपूर्व तेजी से अपनाता भी है। नई टेक्नोलॉजी के प्रति उत्सुक 140 करोड़ भारतीयों की ओर से मैं आप सभी हेड्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट्स, ग्लोबल एआई इकोसिस्टम के लीडर्स और इनोवेटर्स का इस समिट में स्वागत करता हूं, आपका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। इस समिट का भारत में होना भारत के साथ ही पूरे ग्लोबल साउथ के लिए गर्व का विषय है। इस समिट में एआई जगत के हुज हू यहां पर मौजूद है। दुनिया के 100 से ज्यादा देशों का रिप्रेजेंटेशन, दुनिया के कोने कोने से यहां आए महानुभाव इसकी सफलता को नई ऊंचाई पर ले जा रहे हैं। इसमें यंग जनरेशन की जो उपस्थिति हमने देखी है वो एक नया विश्वास पैदा करती है। आमतौर पर नई टेक्नोलॉजी को लेकर कुछ लोगों में शुरुआती में संदेह होता है, लेकिन जिस तेजी और भरोसे के साथ दुनिया की युवा पीढ़ी एआई को स्वीकार कर रही है, उसकी ओनरशिप ले रही है, एआई का इस्तेमाल कर रही है, वो अभूतपूर्व है। यहां एआई समिट की एग्जीबिशन को लेकर भी बहुत उत्साह रहा है। खासकर यंग टैलेंट बहुत बड़ी संख्या में आया है। एग्रीकल्चर, सिक्योरिटी, दिव्यांगजनों की मदद, मल्टीलिंगुअल पॉपुलेशन की तमाम जरूरतों से जुड़े जो भी सॉल्यूशंस यहां प्रेजेंट किए गए हैं वो इस फील्ड में मेड इन इंडिया की ताकत और भारत की इनोवेटिव कैपेबिलिटीज का बहुत बड़ा उदाहरण है। साथियों, मानव इतिहास में हर कुछ शताब्दियों के बाद एक टर्निंग पॉइंट आता है और वो टर्निंग पॉइंट सभ्यता की दिशा रीसेट करता है और वहीं से विकास की रफ्तार बदलती है। सोचने, समझने और काम करने के पैराडाइम बदलते हैं और दिलचस्प बात यह है, जब हम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के उस दौर में होते हैं तब उसके वास्तविक इंपैक्ट का अंदाजा भी नहीं होता। जब पत्थरों से पहली बार स्पार्क निकला, किसी ने नहीं सोचा था कि वही चिंगारी सिविलाइजेशनल की फाउंडेशन बनेगी। जब बोली को पहली बार लिपि में बदला गया, किसी ने नहीं जाना था कि रिटन नॉलेज फ्यूचर सिस्टम की बैकबोन बनेगी। जब पहली बार सिग्नल्स को वायरलेस ट्रांसमिट किया गया। किसी ने कल्पना नहीं की थी कि एक दिन पूरी दुनिया रियल टाइम में कनेक्ट होगी। साथियों, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस मानव इतिहास का ऐसा ही ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है। आज जो हम देख रहे हैं, जो प्रिडिक्ट कर रहे हैं, वो इसके इंपैक्ट का सिर्फ प्रारंभिक संकेत है। एआई मशीनों को इंटेलिजेंट बना रही है, लेकिन उससे भी अधिक मानव सामर्थ्य को कई गुना बढ़ा रही है। अंतर सिर्फ एक है, इस बार स्पीड भी अभूतपूर्व है और स्केल भी अप्रत्याशित है। पहले टेक्नोलॉजी का इंपैक्ट दिखने में दशकों लगते थे। आज मशीन लर्निंग से लर्निंग मशीन तक का सफर तेज भी है, गहरा भी है, व्यापक भी है। इसलिए हमें विजन भी बड़ा रखना है और जिम्मेदारी भी उतनी ही बड़ी निभानी है। वर्तमान पीढ़ी के साथ ही हमें इस बात की भी चिंता करनी है कि आने वाली पीढ़ियों के हाथों में हम एआई का क्या स्वरूप सौंप कर जाएंगे। इसलिए आज असली प्रश्न यह नहीं कि भविष्य में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस क्या कर सकती है। प्रश्न यह है कि वर्तमान में हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के साथ क्या करते हैं। ऐसे प्रश्न मानवता के सामने पहले भी आए हैं। सबसे सशक्त उदाहरण है न्यूक्लियर पावर। हमने उसका डिस्ट्रक्शन भी देखा है और सकारात्मक कंट्रीब्यूशन भी देखा है। एआई भी एक ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव पावर है। दिशाहीन हुई तो डिसरप्शन, सही दिशा मिली तो सॉल्यूशन। एआई को मशीन सेंट्रिक से ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक कैसे बनाएं, संवेदनशील और उत्तरदायी कैसे बनाएं, यही इस ग्लोबल एआई इंपैक्ट समिट का मूल उद्देश्य है। साथियों, भारत एआई को किस दृष्टि से देखता है, उसका स्पष्ट प्रतिबिंब इस समिट की थीम में है। सर्वजन हिताय, सर्वजन सुखाय, वेलफेयर फॉर ऑल, हैप्पीनेस ऑफ ऑल। यही हमारा बेंचमार्क है। एआई के लिए इंसान सिर्फ डेटा पॉइंट न बन जाए, इंसान सिर्फ रॉ मटेरियल तक सीमित न रह जाए। इसलिए एआई को डेमोक्रेटाइज करना होगा, इसे इंक्लूजन और एम्पावरमेंट का माध्यम बनाना होगा और विशेष रूप से ग्लोबल साउथ में। साथियों, हमें एआई को ओपन स्काई भी देना है और कमांड भी अपने हाथ में रखना है। जैसे जीपीएस होता है, जीपीएस हमें रास्ता सुझाता है, लेकिन हमें किस डायरेक्शन में जाना है इसकी फाइनल कॉल हमारी ही होती है। आज हम एआई को जिस दिशा में लेकर जाएंगे वैसा ही हमारा भविष्य तय होगा। साथियों, आज न्यू दिल्ली एआई इम्पैक्ट समिट में मैं एआई के लिए MANAV मानव विजन प्रस्तुत करता हूं। मानव का अर्थ होता है ह्यूमन, और मानव विजन कहता है M मोरल एंड एथिकल सिस्टम्स, यानी एआई एथिकल गाइडेंस पर आधारित हो। A अकाउंटेबल गवर्नेंस, यानी ट्रांसपेरेंट रूल्स, रोबस्ट ओवरसाइट। N नेशनल सॉवरेनिटी, यानी जिसका डेटा उसका अधिकार। A एक्सेसिबल एंड इंक्लूसिव, यानी एआई मोनोपोली नहीं, मल्टीप्लायर बने। V वैलिड एंड लेजिटिमेट, यानी एआई लॉफुल और वेरीफाइबल हो। भारत का ये मानव विजन 21वीं सदी की एआई आधारित दुनिया में मानवता के कल्याण की अहम कड़ी बनेगा। साथियों, दशकों पहले जब इंटरनेट की शुरुआत हुई तो कोई सोच भी नहीं पाता था कि इससे कितनी जॉब्स बनेगी। यही बात एआई में है। आज कल्पना करना मुश्किल है कि आने वाले समय इस फील्ड में किस तरह की जॉब पैदा होगी। एआई का फ्यूचर ऑफ वर्क प्री डिफाइंड नहीं है। ये हमारे निर्णय पर, हमारे कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन पर निर्भर होगा। मैं समझता हूं हमारे लिए फ्यूचर ऑफ वर्क एक नई अपॉर्चुनिटी है। ये ह्यूमंस और इंटेलिजेंट सिस्टम्स के साथ मिलकर काम करने का युग है। वी आर एंटरिंग एन एरा where humans and intelligent systems co-create, co-work and co-evolve. AI हमारे काम को और अधिक स्मार्ट, एफिशिएंट और इम्पैक्टफुल बनाएगा। हम बेहतर डिजाइन करेंगे, तेज बिल्ड करेंगे और बेहतर डिसीजन ले सकेंगे। इससे और ज्यादा लोगों को हायर वैल्यू, क्रिएटिव और मीनिंगफुल रोल्स भी मिलेंगे। ये इनोवेशन, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और न्यू इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए बड़ा मौका है। इसलिए हमें स्किलिंग, रीस्किलिंग और लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग को मास मूवमेंट बनाना होगा। साथियों, फ्यूचर ऑफ वर्क इंक्लूसिव, ट्रस्टेड और ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक होगा। अगर हम मिलकर आगे बढ़ें तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पूरी मानवता की क्षमता को नई ऊंचाइयों तक ले जाएगी। साथियों, कहा जाता है सनलाइट इज द बेस्ट डिसइंफेक्टेड, यानी पारदर्शिता ही सबसे बड़ी सुरक्षा है। कुछ देश और कंपनियां मानती है कि एआई एक स्ट्रैटेजिक एसेट है, इसलिए इसे कॉन्फिडेंशियल तरीके से डेवलप किया जाना चाहिए। लेकिन भारत की सोच अलग है। हम मानते हैं कि एआई जैसी तकनीक तभी दुनिया के लिए लाभकारी होगी जब उसे शेयर किया जाएगा, जब कोड ओपन होंगे और शेयर किए जाएंगे, तभी हमारे मिलियंस ऑफ यंग माइंड्स उन्हें बेहतर और सुरक्षित बना पाएंगे। इसलिए आइए हम ये संकल्प लें कि एआई को ग्लोबल कॉमन गुड के रूप में विकसित किया जाएगा। साथियों, आज की एक बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाने की भी है। डीप फेक्स और फैब्रिकेटेड कंटेंट ओपन सोसाइटीज में अस्थिरता ला रहे हैं।
But we're shifting focus and telling you a little about what's brewing as far as the state of Tamil Nadu is concerned. It's poll bound, and this is what we are learning. Captain DMDK has tied up with DMK in Tamil Nadu. DMDK's Prem Lata has met with the Chief Minister, MK Stalin. DMK has welcomed DMDK in the alliance, is what we are learning. DMDK to bring North Tamil Nadu and Telugu voters. DMDK 200 plus seats victory confirmed in Tamil Nadu is what they have said in a note of confidence. We have these images coming in right now of the DMDK representative also meeting with the Chief Minister MK Stalin. That is Prem Lata, leader Prem Lata from the DMDK meeting with the Chief Minister at this point in time. Of course, there was a lot of speculation in the past as well on whether DMDK would be joining hands with the DMK and the Congress this time around or not. So confirmation there, Anaga, with these images also coming in. At the end of the day, the DMDK has done what was rather expected, this tie-up with DMK just ahead of elections.
That's right, Sneha. In fact, there was a lot of speculation of whether DMDK would go to the side of NDA or whether it would go to the side of DMK. In fact, both these parties, the NDA and the DMK, have offered Premalata Vijaykanth a sufficient number of seats for her party to contest in the election. Apart from that, there is also a Rajya Sabha demand that Premalata has kept to both these parties. Now, what is the exact number of agreement between the DMK and the DMDK? That information is yet to come out fully, but what we know for sure is that Premalata Vijaykanth has been eyeing a Rajya Sabha seat for a very, very long time. In fact, last time when Premalata was in an alliance with NDA, that was one of the foremost conditions that she had put forward, that a Rajya Sabha seat be given to her. But at the last moment, it was not given to her. She was denied. But later on, she went on to break away that alliance with NDA that she had, and then now she's decided to join with the DMK. In fact, 6 seats are falling vacant in Tamil Nadu for Rajya Sabha. So will Premalata, has she really managed to bag one Rajya Sabha seat from DMK? It's a really, really interesting development to look forward to. But what we should also understand is that last time when Premalata contested alongside the NDA, she had lost all the seats that she contested from. So this time, now that she is with DMK, will she really be able to make the cut? Will the charisma of Captain Vijaykanth, who had passed away, is it still there in Tamil Nadu? Will Premalata be able to get that number of assembly seats that she's eyeing for? That is still a big question mark that we need to wait and watch. But for now, the next development to watch out for is whether that Rajya Sabha seat be given to her or not.
There's a vote bank overlap also, and far, political rivalry that we've seen in the last few years between these two parties. Having said that, what do they really bring for the table for this alliance, the DMDK? Anaga.
In fact, the DMK is of the belief that the DMDK can secure 1 Telugu-speaking votes in Tamil Nadu. Number 2, the DMK also says that particularly when it comes to northern district of Tamil Nadu, there is also a PMK party which is siding with NDA, which has a stronghold. So the DMK believes that the DMDK can now counter the strength of PMK and thereby capture the Vanniyar votes, the Vanniyar community votes, number 1. Number 2, when it comes to southern part of Tamil Nadu, the DMK says that a section of Kallar votes might go to NDA, But when it comes to Mukalatur community's votes, they will definitely vote for DMDK and DMK is what the DMK says. So essentially, even the caste equations are kept in mind, and that's why if you say that that the DMK's leader M.K. Stalin has decided to pull in Premalata to his fold. The fact that there's also caste equations at play. Late Captain Vijay Kant's charisma that he had.
Okay.
He was a very, very tall leader. And number 3 is a very important part that even now DMDK can cut into vote share is what they believe in.
All right, be with us, Anaga. I'm going to come back to you in a moment from now. There's more stories developing from the state of Tamil Nadu, which of course is poll bound. Let's take a look at this developing story. Congress MP Karthi Chidambaram has launched a big attack on the TVK at this point in time. A look at what is now being said. Karthi says only undecided voters will go to Vijay, to TVK. Blind cinema buffs will vote for Vijay. Karthi says sane voters will not vote for Vijay. So it's an attack that is coming from the Congress party. It remains to be seen how that plays out in days and weeks to come as far as this confidence on the part of the Congress is concerned. An attack on Vijay, on TVK with Congress MP from Tamil Nadu, talking about what Karthi Chidambaram has said. Only blind movie buffs will go and vote for Vijay. Sane voters won't do it. That's what Karthi has said. Let's take a listen.
என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் விஜய் வந்து ஒரு பரவலாக எல்லாருக்கிட்ட இருந்தும் வாக்கு வாங்குவான். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் ஓட்டர், கொஞ்சம் அரசியல் மீது கொஞ்சம் ஆர்வம் இல்லாமல் இருக்கும் ஒரு இளைஞர் பட்டாளம், அவருடைய சினிமா மோகத்தால் ஈர்க்கப்படுகின்றவர்கள், ஒரு ஆழ்ந்த சித்தாந்த ரீதியாக செயல்படாமல் எந்த ஒரு ஐடியாலஜிக்கல் மூவிங்ஸும் இல்லாமல் ரொம்ப ஒரு பொலிட்டிக்கலாக இருக்கிற வாங்குவாங்க. டீப்பாக பொலிட்டிக்கல் ஐடியாலஜிக்குள்ளே போனவங்க அந்த பக்கம் போகிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு கம்மி. ஐடியாலஜி இல்லாமல் ரொம்ப ஒரு சூப்பர் ஃப்ளூவஸாக ஒரு ஜென்ரலாக இருக்கிறவங்க, அதுவும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் ஓட்டர்ஸ், ஒரு டீப் பொலிட்டிக்கல் அட்டாச்மெண்ட், அரசியலை பற்றி சித்தாந்தத்தை பற்றி அதிக ஒரு பற்று இல்லாமல் இருக்கக்கூடியவர்களோட வாக்கு போகலாம். அதையெல்லாம் பரவலாக போகிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் விஜய் வந்து ஒரு பரவலாக எல்லாருக்கிட்ட இருந்தும் வாக்கு வாங்குவாங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் விஜய் வந்து ஒரு என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் விஜய் வந்து ஒரு பரவலாக எல்லாருக்கிட்ட இருந்தும் வாக்கு வாங்குவாங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் ஓட்டர், கொஞ்சம் அரசியல் மீது கொஞ்சம் ஆர்வம் இல்லாமல் இருக்கும் ஒரு இளைஞர் பட்டாளம், அவருடைய சினிமா மோகத்தால் ஈர்க்கப்படுகின்றவர்கள், ஒரு ஆழ்ந்த சித்தாந்த ரீதியாக செயல்படாமல் எந்த ஒரு ஐடியாலஜிக்கல் மூவிங்ஸும் இல்லாமல் ரொம்ப ஒரு பொலிட்டிக்கலாக இருக்கிற வாங்குவாங்க. டீப்பாக பொலிட்டிக்கல் ஐடியாலஜிக்குள்ளே போனவங்க அந்த பக்கம் போகிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு கம்மி. ஐடியாலஜி இல்லாமல் ரொம்ப ஒரு சூப்பர் ஃப்ளூவஸாக ஒரு ஜென்ரலாக இருக்கிறவங்க, அதுவும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் ஓட்டர்ஸ், ஒரு டீப் பொலிட்டிக்கல் அட்டாச்மெண்ட், அரசியலை பற்றி சித்தாந்தத்தை பற்றி அதிக ஒரு பற்று இல்லாமல் இருக்கக்கூடியவர்களோட வாக்கு போகலாம். அதையெல்லாம் பரவலாக போகிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு.
All right, harsh words there from Karthi Chidambaram at this point in time, even as the conversation of the DMK Congress alliance is something that continues. The Congress is watching very keenly on whether there would be a waterproof sort of an alliance in these elections which are just upcoming. The state is poll bound, but MP Karthi Chidambaram has launched an attack on Vijay, saying that those who vote him would only be the ones who would be undecided and that blind cinema buffs will vote for Vijay. In a way, dismissing his political initiative, the TVK. Anaga, we have the Congress making these remarks. I'm just wondering, what does this do as far as possible talks between the TVK and the Congress is also concerned? Where does this take it, given a statement of this kind has been made? Does this really close the doors then further to any sort of a possible alliance between the TVK and Congress also, since all of that is up in the air right now? Anuga. Okay, we'll just connect with Anaga in a moment from now, but that was Karthi Chidambaram. Remember, the TVK and Vijay are going it alone as of now in the elections, even as there is fair amount of speculation that perhaps there would be some sort of a post-poll tie-up, maybe even before that, since things are still getting ironed out in the state of Tamil Nadu. When all of this conversation comes, this statement from Karthi Chidambaram, Congress MP, who says that only sane voters will not be voting for TVK or for Vijay. That's a statement that has been made by the senior leader of the party from Tamil Nadu. We'll continue to get you more on that. For the moment, it's time for a quick commercial break, and news continues in just 2 minutes.
You are watching India Today.
Introducing Motorola Signature.
Introducing Motorola Signature. Don't blend in, stand out. Introducing Motorola Signature. Don't blend in, stand out.
Hi, here are the top headlines. Presented by Motorola. PM Modi inaugurates AI Impact Summit. Leaders from over 20 nations present. Mohan Bhagwat says, Hindu society is strong but deeply divided. Iran fortifies defenses amid war fears. US sends 50 jets.
While the world watches their every move, Anushka Sharma and Virat Kohli recently chose to step away from the spotlight into serenity. Recently, the duo visited Vrindavan for a private spiritual interaction. The couple reached the Kele Kunj ashram to seek blessings from the revered spiritual leader Premanand Maharaj. They spent nearly an hour at the ashram engaging in darshan and a personal meeting with the spiritual guru. However, as news of their visit spread, a large number of fans gathered outside the premises hoping to catch a glimpse of the duo.
इस साइड में विराट है, उस साइड में अनुष्का। चलो चलो
A picture of the couple attending a special kirtan has emerged online. This time the meeting was special as it marked their son Akai's birthday. Meanwhile, Virat and Anushka have been regularly visiting the spiritual leader Premanandji Maharaj in Vrindavan, reflecting their deep commitment to faith and spiritual grounding. The couple made at least 3 visits in 2025 alone, including trips in January, May and December, often engaging in private darshan and spiritual discourse at the Kele Kunj ashram. The January 2025 visit saw the couple joined by their children, Vamika and Akai, marking an intimate family trip focused on spiritual reflection. In May 2025, Shortly after Virat announced his retirement from Test cricket, the pair returned to Vrindavan to seek guidance and blessings, highlighting the role of spirituality in navigating career transitions and personal milestones.
Hi, I'm Sana. Here's your weather update. Daily maximum 28 and minimum 13 degrees. Mumbai maximum 26 and minimum 23 degrees. Kolkata maximum 32 and minimum...
Introducing Motorola Signature.
Introducing Motorola Signature. Don't blend in, stand out. Introducing Motorola Signature. Don't blend in, stand out.
Hi, here are the top headlines. Presented by Motorola. PM Modi inaugurates AI Impact Summit. Leaders from over 20 nations present. Mohan Bhagwat says, Hindu society is strong but deeply divided. Iran fortifies defenses amid war fears. US sends 50 jets.
An innocent, promising life cut short by reckless speed and shocking irresponsibility. An SUV racing down a narrow street, driven at a terrifying pace, driven by someone who should never have been behind the wheel. New videos have now surfaced in the Delhi hit-and-run horror. And when you piece them together, they reveal a chilling sequence of events. The first visual freezes the seconds before the tragedy strikes. CCTV images shows the Scorpio hurtling down the narrow road at a dangerously high speed. No attempt to slow down, no caution, no control. Then comes the impact. Captured allegedly while the minor's sister was making a reel. In a split second, the Scorpio smashes into the biker. Seconds later, passers-by rush in. A mobile video captures the aftermath. The biker Sahil lies in a pool of blood. His motorcycle is completely mangled. Other vehicles stand crushed. A crowd gathers, angry, stunned, unable to comprehend what just happened. But what shocks many even more is what happens next. The siblings attempt to flee by walking away. A lawyer at the scene tries to stop them. They continue walking. Speaking to India Today, Sahil's grieving mother says this was not the first time the juvenile had been involved in reckless driving and demanded accountability from his father as well. The accused's father, however, maintains that his son made a mistake and says he is sorry. For Sahil's family, there's no apology that can undo this loss. No regret that can bring their son back. These videos tell their own story of speed without sense, privilege without responsibility, and a tragedy that could have been prevented. With Shreya Chatterjee and Anshul Singh, Bureau Report, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Purvankara, the art of development celebrating 50 years.
Very good afternoon. You're watching Lunch Break on India Today. I'm Suesha Samant. We begin this edition with breaking news just coming in. It's a big political war that is now breaking out over Kerala Story 2. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has claimed that the movie spreads hatred. He's gone on to say that Kerala Story 2 insults secular tradition. He's also said that unadulterated lies and communal motives are behind the making of this film. These are the allegations once again coming in from Pinarayi Vijayan, who, remember, had claimed pretty much on the same lines when Kerala Story 1 had released. And now that there is a sequel to this film, Kerala Story 2, these are the sort of allegations coming in from Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. But first, let's take a closer look at the trailer of the film.
16 साल रही है वो। इन पेपर्स के हिसाब से आपकी छोरी 18 साल की है। सारी जिंदगी बर्बाद कर देगा, बात ने समझ दे पिया।
आप नहीं समझ रहे हो पापा, मारो रशीदा सो नहीं है। मम्मी पापा को बिना बताए हम कर ही कह रहे हैं शादी।
अगर तुम्हें नहीं करनी शादी तो रुक जाते हैं, पर अगर हम पे भरोसा है तो कर लेते हैं।
क्या आपको मोहम्मद फैजान से निकाह कबूल है?
कबूल है।
सुभान अल्लाह, मुबारक हो, मुबारक हो। और रिश्ते की बुनियादी धोखो हो बे। रिश्ते के लाने जिंदगी ना लुटा दे हम।
माँ फैजान ऐसा नहीं।
Let's start by living in.
मैं कन्वर्ट नहीं होंगी। हाँ।
और वैसे भी मैं इन सब चीजों में बिलीव नहीं करता।
बच्चे तो होंगे ना, वो किस रिलीजन को फॉलो करेंगे?
मेरा सलीम ऐसा।
हमारा काम है हिंदू लड़कियों को अपना बनाना।
हमारे यहाँ ये सब नाच गाना ना हराम है।
ये तो धोखा है।
बढ़ाऊं मैं तारी रील?
लिबरल जर्नलिस्ट कहाँ गया? जो रिलीजन में बिलीव ही नहीं करता था?
हम कभी नास्तिक नहीं होते, सिर्फ तुम काफिर लोग नास्तिक होते हो।
एक पल के लाते भी तुमने हमसे प्यार करो कि नहीं करो?
Let me cut across to my colleague Shibi Mol now joining us on the broadcast. Shibi, politics really coming in as far as Kerala Story 2 is concerned, similar to what we had seen when the first part had released, and now that Kerala Story 2 is on the verge of release, Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan saying that these are lies. This despite the fact that what the trailer shows are somewhere stories that have also been reported in the news in the past, but Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan saying that this movie spreads communal hatred.
Well, that was the stand by the state in the in 2023 when the first part of the film was released also. The second trailer, some of the scenes from the second trailer has become subjected to many memes and trolls and controversies in the states ever since the trailer was released yesterday. Chief Minister Pinarayi